Hey guys, MeLikeBigBoom here, and welcome to Unturned 3.17.4.0. This week's update made Unturned look better than it ever has before. My god, Unturned is looking phenomenal. Right now, the effects of this update you might not be able to notice, but I am excited to walk you through some of the new graphical improvements to Unturned that have been applied this week. Now, don't worry. I've noticed in the past that when graphical updates come out for Unturned, people tend to freak out thinking that they're not going to be able to hit 60 FPS anymore. Don't worry, these are additional effects on top of what is already in the game. So when you go into the graphics menu, there's a whole lot more to scroll through. You'll see chromatic aberration here, film grain, bloom has been overhauled, and I'll show that as well. We have rain puddles here, very cool, blast marks, anisotropic filtering. I don't actually know if I'm pronouncing that correct. Anisotropic filtering. All of this stuff makes Unturned look great, and I'm super excited to walk you through them. To start, you'll notice that there are some post-processing effects that have been applied to the game, one of which, when you look at a bright object, you'll notice that there's kind of a little bit of dirt on the lens, on the eyeballs of your character here. And then also, I do have the film grain effect applied right now. It's very subtle, but it creates this slight little grain on objects to make everything seem less flat. I've also got chromatic aberration, which if you notice, you might have not noticed while you were watching, but in the corners and on the sides of the screen, you'll notice that things get a little blurry because it's slightly separating the RGB channels there, looking up in the top left there. Also, things that involve fire, like explosions or campfires, anything, they now glow super bright with the new bloom. Look at that. I know you might have missed it that time, but if you put down a campfire, you'll be able to notice it. Look at that. Campfire nice and super bright as fire should be. And then also we have new blast marks. Now this is only in deferred rendering mode because of the fancy deferred textures. Look at that. It's got little scotch marks here. Now what I did want to test is if a larger explosion makes a deeper scratch in the ground. I doubt it. No, it doesn't. Well, no, I don't think so. But look at that. Pretty cool. When you look at bright objects like lights, they glow super bright. Actually, the car lights here are causing that effect, similar to when you look at the sun here. And then also, when the sun is further down in the day, it appears much brighter. Look at that. That's a sunrise right there. Now, reflection quality doesn't actually apply too much currently. Nelson says that he was kind of experimenting with things that can use a new reflection quality. One thing that he did try out was reflections on cars, but he wasn't entirely sure if that would look very good. So he needs your guys' help in regards to that. Do you think that reflections on cars would look very good? You guys can vote in the poll card to the side. Now, very quickly, you'll notice here that there are puddles forming on the ground when the rain is approaching, and look at that. This is amazing. It's got reflections on these puddles. When you look in the direction of the sun, you've got the sun kind of gleaming off the edges of these puddles. You've got rain ripples on the grounds. This is all when a storm comes, and it looks amazing. And then also on metal objects here that don't particularly have puddles on them because they're flat surfaces, still have very slight reflections on them. If you notice here, we're reflecting this red building on here. And this was kind of a similar effect as to what Nelson wanted to achieve with vehicles, but he wasn't sure if it would fit the art style of the game. Currently, I think the only things that really have reflections on them at all times, not just when it's raining, is those huge water towers. They have little reflections on them, and it's pretty cool. Very cool. And I've noticed that some people do have issues with rain in game and their frame rate dropping, so I don't think your frame rate is going to improve by enabling rain puddles. You can instantly disable it just like that, and you're completely back to normal. You can also turn off all the new things that were added. You got the blast marks, so those don't have a performance thing. Nelson does talk very specifically about the performance impact of all these new features so that you can personally decide which ones you would like to keep on and which ones you of course wouldn't, and that is in the full update notes down below. Now, in regards to some physical things that were added to the game, supposedly Doc Ernie has some new inventions for us to try out, so I'm quite curious to see what it is. Alright, here in the Liberator, Doc Ernie's down on the main floor over here. I think this is on the save where I've completed all of the quests already, so I don't think he's going to offer me the master key and the bayonet quite yet because I've already done that. Have you ever wondered why you can't put a silencer in a shotgun? You know, I have. Me too, so I modified one to work with this gun. I don't suppose you'd be able to... Because go jab some zombies. Oh no, wait. Wait, did he just give me... Okay, he gave me the bayonet thing, but now he's saying, wouldn't it be neat to have a scoped pistol? Alright, so I'm seeing what these things are. I modified the scope to work without an upper rail. Voila. No way. Alright, so now he gave me the blueprint for the quad barrel. We've already had that for a while. Anything exciting in the works? Alright, I gotta wait. Oh wait, no, he just gave me. Oh my god, he just straight up gave me these things. A blunt force. I guess you do have to have somewhat of a reputation. Currently I have 150 reputation, so I don't think any sort of naked could come up to him and get a free shotgun. But look at this. A blunt force with a muffler on it. Is that what you call these things? I thought... Oh, you can't even take it off. It's permanent on there. I think that's what it's called, or it's the makeshift silencer. It's called a muffler, I think. And look at this. This scope is like longer than the barrel itself. This is amazing. Oh my god, wait. I can't shoot it when I'm in here. Alright, we gotta go to shore. Alright, there's a camp up here. Yep. Alright, so I think we should stealthily take out these zombies. Look at that. That is so cool. In the pump action shot afterwards, like silent and just... Wait, it's making the rar noise. You can hear the distant echo of a blunt force shot, which is kind of cool. It's so cool, man. That is so cool, and it still takes, you know, your 12 gauge shots as normal. So it really is just a regular blunt force, except it has the added bonus of being internally suppressed, and that doesn't have any quality to it. So this is a suppressed shotgun for its entire life. That's amazing. I mean, you could put a muffler on any sort of weapon, but the issue is that it very, very quickly wears out. But, you know, Doc Ernie, he knows what he's doing. He knows how to make a good suppressor. That thing lasts forever. The scope here, this is interesting. This is like in Battlefield with the scoped revolver. I gotta snipe some people. I want to see if it's possible to snipe people with the ace. Well, it works great as a zombie killing machine from a Jesus. Oh, okay. Well, it works great. It works great from a distance. I mean, I don't really know what else to say. This is great. Doc Ernie hooking me up with the fancy guns. This is awesome. I don't know, which one is your guys' favorite? The suppressed blunt force or the scoped ace? I don't know. I mean, to be honest, I'm liking this setup where I've got the close quarters thing right here, and then my long range sniper on my secondary. It's really weird. It should be the other way around, but the thing I love about Doc Ernie is he thinks outside the box. But if you had one to choose, I don't know, man. That's a hard decision. Now, calling all mod developers out there, anybody who's working on custom modifications for Unturned, this week is a huge one for you guys. Nelson has added this modules feature, which is what Nelson describes as taking the first steps towards a modding API for Unturned. He says it's going to take a while to refactor, clean up, and document everything, but when it's done, there will be the potential for all kinds of awesome mods that would have been impossible before. Yesterday, he did add documentation for this new feature. If you're interested in learning more about this, the link to it will be in the description down below. But in a nutshell, in the future, you're going to be able to code and create plugins for Unturned without having to go through Rocket Mod to create some plugins like that. So in regards to servers, you'd be able to create just like entirely new game modes and things like that. That would be super, super cool. So if you are interested in that, the documentation will be down below, but that does pretty much wrap up everything that was added in Unturned 3.17.4.0 this week. Major graphical improvements as well as this awesome scope ace and suppressed blunt force. Lots of cool stuff. That is all I have for now. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to rate, comment, subscribe, and do all that gibberish because MeLikeBigBoom is out. The link to it will be in the description down below. But in a nutshell, what happened here? What? Hello?